Good morning. It is a beautiful 70-degree sunny day here in the end of January. This will never get old for me. I love the warm weather.
It is pretty nice. The few days we have to wear jackets, it's so worth it to be able to wear shorts on like the next few days following.
Well, and especially like for what we're gonna do today, which is, hang on a second, which is put this in. No, it really will make for a good day today to be able to, work half inside, half outside. And actually, the reason that we are choosing to go ahead and put these windows in first, well, not only did they have them in stock, but for plumbing purposes.
When we got to this point, it was hurry up and wait on doors, windows, all that kind of stuff. Well, in order for us to put the windows in, we didn't know exactly where we wanted them because we wasn't exactly sure what size window we would be able to source. So we've just been kind of flexible on that. Well, now that we have these windows, plumbing's gonna go in these walls for vents, and then we can do electrical and we can do insulation. So we've been super excited waiting to get to this point. Now we can do it. Let's roll. Well, we've kind of halfway got the first window laid out where we want it. It's going to be right here. This was our cut line. This is where we want the window to start. We deducted 3 inches because we're going to put 2 bottom seals on. One's going to support the window and the other one's going to make it easier for us to screw drywall to and just get some extra support from the cripples. Up here, this is where the top of the window is going to be. But we have to cut in a header, and that header is going to be 7.5 inches above this. So we're going to have to cut this out also. But the main thing that we're doing now is just trying to take out the material where the window is actually going to go. Then we're going to build back from there. It's kind of aggravating because we had to build the walls without building in all the opening for the windows. But we're going to get it done.
Originally, we had planned for a smaller window to be here, but same price window, bigger window. We liked it honestly better once we saw it. So this is just a prime example of why we did wait to put the windows in, the holes for the windows anyway, whenever we were doing all the plywood.
Yeah, it's easy to think in your mind you want a certain size window because I always go to the smaller side. I'm thinking, okay, well, that window's gonna look too big for that room and what have you. But the size of this house, when you get in here and start measuring stuff out, if you put a little window in, it's gonna look dumb. So we have to put bigger windows in just so it don't look quite so, I don't know, goofy.
Goofy's the one you came up with?
Goofy. Out of all that soul searching and that awkward silence of about 3 to 5 seconds, I came up with goofy. So, y'all bear with me.
Whatever works. It's still the morning time. Jim's only had his 2 cups of coffee and his child wrangling this morning. So that child wrangling kind of throws off the coffee. You know how that goes. So, all right, well, let's get started, huh?
Let's do it.
I like your step stool.
Oh, thanks. You like my square and level too?
Oh yeah, that's beautiful.
Oh yeah, nothing wrong with that.
So now we got our square for where the window's gonna be. So we're gonna go ahead and drill in the corners. That way we can see on the outside kind of what we're doing. And then we're gonna go outside and cut the fabric off. But you can't cut from the inside, which I was unaware of. So this is a learning curve for me too. So we're gonna cut from the outside, that way you're not cutting through all this 2x4s and all that business. You're just gonna cut on a flat surface on the other side. So we're gonna start by drilling out these corners and then go out there. gonna go ahead and set the window in and make sure the hole still fits and let everything's cut right before we start putting in our studs and all that business. I think it looks good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So Jim has already started putting in the jack studs. There's the jack stud and king stud right here. And then he is working on, brighten it up a little bit for y'all. There is the jack stud and the king stud on this side.
Beautiful. Almost, kinda. Safety first.
First time ever.
Hey, I do it on occasion. Get it nailed in, it should be good.
All right, all the studs are in. Now we just pretty much need to do the little bit of framing around the window on the bottom and the top, which is going to be the two plates on the bottom and then the header, right?
That is right. We should be able to set the door in the next.
It's
We should be
the
able to
door?
set the window in the next 20 minutes, probably. Okay. Okay, so putting in this header, this is where the drywall is going to screw to, is on this flat surface. And if you'll see, we have a point sticking out here because the board's got a little warp in it. So what we did was put a decking screw in here before we nail in the top to give us some leverage. So you should be able to watch that gap go away. Just like that. Smooth transition. Before, after. The finished product of this one. So it is roughly installed. The wall used to look like this. So we framed this out. We cut in this header, jacks, double seal, make it easier to put our drywall to, and these supporting studs down here transfer the weight from the top of the wall down to this header. This header transfers the weight down these jacks all the way to the bottom plate.
How's it look?
I think it looks really good.
Happy with it?
Yep.
You want to do it all over again?
I'd really like for somebody else to do it all over again.
Well, that somebody would be me.
Oh, okay.
And we're a team. You look like a 1970s teacher.
Well, today, class, what we're going to do is install. Well, we have one more window here in the house that we can install, that we actually have sitting here. So we're going to try to get that knocked out today. So we'll be caught up on all the windows that we have, so we can shift on to another project while we're waiting on the remainder of those to come in.
We're going to put this window exactly the same height as this one is. So we're actually just going to take all of our measurements off this window, since we got the same size for the bathroom that's right next door to this room, and take all these measurements off here and just transfer them over. I say that quick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this window here, we really wanted it to be at a higher elevation than the washer dryer, so you could get a full view of the window. The next room we're going to do is a bathroom, and this is somewhat going to be over the toilet, so kind of the same principle. So it should fall out and look aesthetically pleasing from the outside as well as the inside.
So here's where the window's at right now that we have in, and there's the wall, and then right in here, right there, is going to be where we're putting the window at. Jim used the bigger saw on the first two cuts because he had to cut through those studs on the other side, and then this way he won't have to go on the inside and cut as much. So now we're gonna go back to the little saw and go ahead and finish it up.
So now that we have the window opening cut out, we've got to take the equivalent of 2 studs out for the window sill. And we have to take the difference out of these studs in order to install a header. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that.
You want me to do it?
If you want to.
All right, we got all the wood removed, and now we're just gonna start building back. You ready to put it in?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
I was born ready.
Gus is like, what are y'all doing? Four windows, 2 doors, 1 door to go. Put your hand up here. And like 10 windows, 15 windows put in. Not 15 windows, but a lot more to go.
It's gonna be a bunch because we have that loft. We gotta figure out the glass that's gonna go out there. We'll probably have to order that or get a glass company to come in because we want some big views from up there.
Yes. Well, we're gonna show y'all what it ended up looking like, and next week we are gonna be doing some woodwork inside, so stay tuned for that. And we will see y'all next week.
Bye.